Hello, you're watching NSG News, News with Integrity. And this is the hot seat, Ghana's authoritative, patriotic program. I'm your host, Eamn, Liquid Eamn, actually. And in the interest of Ghana must work, Ghana can work. We want Ghana to work. Stay with me as we look into the Viewpoint, the People's Viewpoint, another profound NSG News program where our team goes into the community to seek their views about government, politics, economics, and just mention it. Viewpoint is your program. On this day, Victor, the reporter, had the privilege of speaking to Mr. Ben Yenzu, who gave a very glim look of Ghana's economic and government, something most of you will agree with. But on the hot seat, from people's point of view, we want to have a delve into what he said. Stay with me as we look into this. Going straight to the point, before then, we'd like you to just have a few comments from Ben Yenzu as Victor hosted him.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
And please, what's your name?
My name is Ben Yenzu.
Ben Yenzu. Yes. Thank you very much for allowing us. Please, how do you see the economy?
Well, the economy is in tatters. Our economy is not doing well at all. And from any way you look at it, we have been heavily disappointed by the government. Some of us, we heavily campaign for this government. We stake a lot of hope in this government. We put a lot of hope in this government. We campaign vigorously for this government, thinking that, Nana Addo, our president, considering his history of activism, his love of democracy, and the rule of law, we thought he was going to be a far better example than what we have been used to in the previous governments. Unfortunately, he has been worse in a lot of areas. So it's been a huge disappointment for a lot of us, particularly some of us who had a lot of hope for him and a lot of admiration for him. I personally supported this president when even certain members of his government were opposed to him. So to see that a lot of the things that he promised us, he has had to walk back on them. To think that we are now in IMF struggling with all these conditions where he himself vehemently, promised that we were not going to go into this IMF. And I think we have been duped. That is the story of the Ghanaian economy now, as I can say it.
Former President Mahama spoke about 24-hour economy. Do you believe that?
Yes. Thank you for that question. Thank you. You're making me give a lot of opinion. The 24-hour economy is a good, program. However, it is not John Mahama's initiative per se. You see, in 2016, when President Akoufo-Addo talked about implementing the free SHS policy, it was not his initiative. Free SHS has been around since the days of Nkrumah. So Akoufo-Addo came to give it a lot of impetus and boost. Okay, and that is what made a lot of Ghanaians come to establish belief again in the free SHS system. It is the same with the 24-hour economy. In fact, the 24-hour economy has been around for some time. Per my checks, it has been around since 2016. From 2016, some of the manufacturing companies have been implementing a 24-hour system. However, it doesn't have a broad base. A lot of the industrial, outfits companies need to embrace that policy. So what I see President Mahama doing is that he's coming to make it more popular, just as President Akoufo-Addo made the free SHS system popular. And it's a good thing. If we have, what it means is that we are going to have 3 streams of, workers working. When you divide 24 by 8, it is 3. So this one will run 1 shift. There are going to be 3 shifts. And if you look at our economic, in fact, and quote my words, because I am a living testimony. I have worked and lived. My brother knows a lot more of what I am saying personally. I have lived and worked in economies, industrialized economies, where the source of America's strength is that the manufacturing sector or the productive sector never sleeps.
Welcome back. He talked about how he participated in campaigning for Nana Akufo-Addo to become the president because of his activism, rule of law, love for democracy. But from his current view, it is an entirely different experience since our beloved president Nana Akufo-Addo became. In that he believed that there were some members of party that were opposed to Nana Akufo-Addo becoming the president, but he took a different view. But having experienced the rule with the Nana Akufo-Addo government, this is what he have to say. We have been duped, shortchanged, misled, and tricked. What is your view as far as Nana Akufo-Addo government, policies, economy is concerned? Leave your comment. But from the hot seat, Mr. Yenzu said the economy is not looking good. What do you think? Personally, my experience tells me that yes, it is challenging within the Ghana economy. Our money seems not to have value. When you take 100 Ghana cedi, you can barely fill a basket with what we call the consumables, your daily needs. But that is another discussion for another day. So Mr. Yenzu is of a different view entirely, and the hot seat is looking into the fact that he supported Nana Akufo-Addo. Now he seems to be on the fence whether he's supporting or not, because he felt we've been duped, shortchanged, misled, and tricked, and the economy is not looking good. What's your view? He touched note on the 2024 elections when he was asked. He said it's an open game. What do you think? Most especially with the new young man that is come through the fences or through the woods, the new force. Nana Kwesi, what's his name? Nana Kwame Bediako. So he said it's an open game. Mahama has a good chance because of how Ghanaians felt let down by the current government. Do you think the current government has let us down? Leave your comment. Now, we just want to express what Mr. Yenzu said, which is a representation of the views of most Ghanaians. And so, most of you who are accustomed to the hot seat will take it nice and easy today. Just re-echoing some of the most important things he has said. Some you have listened to when Victor hosted him or interviewed him. He said Mahama cannot be written off. What do you think? Of course, Mr. Bawumia or Dr. Bawumia is equally the candidate for 2024. We are in 2024, and we don't want you all to sit down not actually participating in these elections. Even from the people's viewpoint, some individuals don't want to participate in the elections because they felt government is taking them for a ride. Do you think our governments are taking it for a ride? 24 economy. Mr. Yenzu is of the view that it's not Mahama's idea, but it is good that Mahama is championing the cause to see Ghana become a 24/7 economy. The hot seat will love it as a privilege to sit with Mahama how he intends to implement this 24/7. How does he think, or what is in his mind, how this 24/7 is actually going to change the trajectory of Ghana's economy. Mr. Mahama, the hot seat is open. You can reach out to us if you want to talk to Ghanaians, because we are the voice of the people. For instance, he cited that the free SHS is not Nana Akufo-Addo's idea, but he just came to enforce it, which is good. Again, that's another bone of contention, as people think the free SHS is not helping with good education. That's an argument to be had another time. We are just reporting on what is the view of the people on the hot seat, but in a different perspective. The hot seat, we take it and we fight it and we stand with it. But this time, I'm only telling you what has been said. What about that? For a change. Wonderful. What's the hot seat's view on Mr. Yenzu's views on government? Of course, personal experience. There are a whole lot of issues that raise and begs question. And as we go into the 2024, we have to be very open-minded, not partisan-driven or tribal-driven or by virtue of affiliation, but let's be clear on what it is that we want when it comes to who leads Ghana into the next 4 years come 2024 elections. We will not take it too long. We just want to talk on the views of Mr. Yenzu. And we encourage you to have a listen to the View full interview. Very articulate response to the questions raised by Victor, our reporter who was on the scene. So without much ado, something that is not usual of the hot seat, to keep it nice, calm and tidy. Till I come your way, God bless Mother Ghana. Long live the Fourth Republic. And please do share the video. Subscribe to the channel, NSG News, News with Integrity. Bye for now. I'm your host, Liquid Eamn.